Hey there, friends! Today, I have a spine-chilling story that will make you think twice before ever touching a Ouija board again. Picture this: a cozy living room, dimly lit with a few candles, and a group of friends gathered around a small wooden board with letters, numbers, and a planchette in the center. Little did they know, their innocent game night was about to take a terrifying turn. Meet Sarah, the curious one, always eager to try something new. Then there's Mark, the skeptic who laughs at the idea of ghosts and spirits. Jenny, the believer, who has read countless stories about the paranormal. And finally, Tom, the thrill-seeker, who loves a good scare. Together, they decided to give the Ouija board a try, thinking it would be a fun way to spend the evening. As they sat in a circle, Sarah placed her fingers on the planchette, followed by the others. The room was filled with nervous giggles and whispered dares. They started with simple questions. Is anyone there? The planchette moved slightly, but they all assumed it was one of them playing a trick. Suddenly, the planchette jerked forcefully to the word yes. They all froze, eyes wide with a mix of excitement and fear. Who's there? Jenny asked, her voice trembling. The planchette moved again, spelling out EVIL. Mark, still skeptical, laughed it off, claiming it was just one of them pushing it. But Sarah's face had gone pale. Let's keep going, she urged. They asked more questions, but the answers grew more sinister. LEAVE and NOW appeared on the board. Suddenly, the temperature in the room dropped. The candles flickered violently before extinguishing, plunging the room into darkness. Jenny screamed, and Tom quickly grabbed a flashlight. The beam of light revealed a shadowy figure standing in the corner of the room. Panic set in. They tried to turn on the lights, but the switches wouldn't work. The shadow seemed to move closer, its form becoming more defined. Sarah, trembling, whispered, "We need to say goodbye." They fumbled to place their fingers back on the planchette, but it wouldn't move. Desperate, they abandoned the board and ran for the door, but it slammed shut on its own. Mark, now visibly shaken, shouted, "What do you want?" The shadow figure raised an arm, pointing to the Ouija board. In a final act of defiance, Tom grabbed the board and threw it across the room. The moment the board hit the wall, the shadow vanished, and the lights flickered back on. They stood there, hearts pounding, trying to process what had just happened. They decided to burn the Ouija board, hoping to rid themselves of whatever they had summoned. In the days that followed, they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Strange things continued to happen. Objects moved on their own, whispers in the night. They had learned their lesson the hard way. The Ouija board is not a game, and sometimes the things you invite in are far more sinister than you could ever imagine. Despite their best efforts, the disturbances didn't stop. At first, it was subtle books falling off shelves, lights flickering. But then, it escalated. One night, Sarah woke up to see the shadowy figure standing at the foot of her bed. She screamed, but when her roommates rushed in, it had vanished. Terrified, they decided to seek help. They contacted a local paranormal investigator named Alex, who had a reputation for dealing with malevolent spirits. Alex arrived with an array of equipment and a serious expression. "You shouldn't have played with that board," he said gravely. Alex performed a cleansing ritual, burning sage and chanting incantations. The air grew thick with tension. As he worked, the lights flickered, and a low, guttural growl echoed through the house. "It's angry," Alex warned. "This won't be easy." Exhausted, Alex slumped to the floor. "It's gone," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. The friends let out a collective sigh of relief, but they knew they had been forever changed by the experience. They thanked Alex profusely, promising to never touch a Ouija board again. Suddenly, the shadowy figure reappeared, more menacing than ever. It lunged towards Alex, who held his ground, chanting louder. The friends watched in horror as the figure and Alex seemed locked in a battle of wills. Finally, with a blinding flash of light, the shadow dissolved into thin air. Exhausted, Alex slumped to the floor. "It's gone," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. The friends let out a collective sigh of relief, but they knew they had been forever changed by the experience. They thanked Alex profusely, promising to never touch a Ouija board again. Over the next few weeks, the disturbances ceased. The house felt lighter, and the sense of dread lifted. They resumed their normal lives, but with a newfound respect for the unknown. They shared their story, hoping to warn others about the dangers of dabbling in the supernatural. Remember, some things are better left unexplored. The spirit world is not to be taken lightly, and the consequences can be dire. If you ever feel tempted to use a Ouija board, think of Sarah, Mark, Jenny, and Tom. They were lucky to escape with their lives and their souls. Well, friends, that brings us to the end of this chilling tale. As our story concludes, we find our characters deeply shaken but wiser from their harrowing experience. The Ouija board, once curious tool for fun, revealed its darker side, leaving a lasting impression on everyone involved. It's a stark reminder of the unknown forces that we might inadvertently invite into our lives. The world is full of mysteries, and some doors are better left unopened. So, what can we take away from this spine-tingling story? First, always respect the unknown. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, it's wise to approach things with caution. Second, never underestimate the power of suggestion and the human mind's capacity to experience fear. Do you believe in the Ouija board? Let me know in the comments below. Would love to know what you experienced in. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more chilling tales. And remember, the next time someone suggests playing with a Ouija board, maybe think twice. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like.